Welcome to the Chiro Business Mojo podcast, where we deconstruct the methods, marketing, and mindset of successful business people and chiropractors from around the world. And now your host, Dr. Richard Day. Hey, this is Rich again, coming to you live from the beautiful beaches in Malibu, California. And this time I want to talk to you a little bit about your report of findings. How do you do them? How do you want to do them? How have you been doing them? And maybe some new things that you may want to try. So, first things first, I've tried a number of different approaches. Back when we were first starting out, we didn't join any management groups, but we went to quite a few of their meetings and we heard all kinds of things. We read their scripts. We were told not to ever do a report of findings on day one. And we tried each of those approaches. And I'll tell you what, we ended up making our own sort of report of findings, really based on our experiences and driven by what patients want. So for a moment, I want you to take yourself out of the chiropractic mindset and what chiropractors want and what chiropractors think is important, and put yourself in the patient's shoes. You've probably heard this before, but what do patients want to know when they come in and they're in pain and things are hurting? Number one, they want to know, can you help me? Number two, what's wrong with me? And I'm sorry, I might be getting these out of order. Maybe number one is what's wrong with me, and number two, can you help me? And number three is how long is it going to take? And number four is what's it going to cost? And that's really what they want to know. And so if you think about your own experience, maybe going to the dentist, that's probably what you're there for. Hey, this pain is really terrible. Can you take care of it? Maybe your attitude is, I don't care what it costs. But you do want to know, what's this going to cost? How long is it going to take? And is it something you can fix? And so we found that that's really what patients come to you for. Now, from a chiropractic standpoint, maybe we want to educate them about the nervous system. We want to talk to them all about things that don't have to do with pain. Because we've been told, well, if you center your practice around pain, then the patient just leaves when the pain comes back. So you've got to tell them there's much more going on than the pain. And that's fine. But my advice is, don't do this on day one. What you want to do is provide a lot of the answers, if not all of the answers, that your patients are looking for. So answer those first four questions. What's wrong with me? Can you help me? How long is it going to take? And what's this going to cost? And start immediately getting traction with that patient. And part of what I lay out for that patient on that first visit is, well, I think it's going to take, and I lay out the care plan. I'm going to see you 2 to 3 times a week for about 3 to 4 weeks, or 2 to 3 weeks, or whatever the case may be. And then the next thing I tell them is that there's going to be good days and bad days. They might have 2 steps up and 1 step back. But what we're going to do is we're going to do an exam today to get a snapshot in time. And then about 3 to 4 weeks, when that re-exam date comes up, we're going to repeat these positive tests and get a second snapshot in time as a basis of comparison. And we really want to measure and track your progress. One of 3 things is going to happen. You'll be better, you'll be worse, or you'll be the same. Most of our patients are better. We know that if we are treating someone with a neuromusculoskeletal condition, we know as chiropractors that they're probably going to get well while under our care. So what happens is, over time, as the patient comes back, they start saying, hey, doc, you know what? You were right. It was a little worse before it got better. But it started feeling better. And then I had another bad day, like you said I might. But then it was even better the day after that. Now, 3 weeks later, I hardly notice it at all. So what have you done over that time period? You've told them what's going to happen, what is going to come true, and lo and behold, those things did come true. And this helps to build trust and build this rapport and this relationship that is so essential between chiropractors and their patients. Our patients come to us and they are putting their health in our hands, and they are entrusting that to us. And so don't take them for a ride. And I don't know if any of you have, but some of the groups out there I've heard talk about this sort of thing. And I've had patients come and tell me, well, I saw the chiropractor X, Y, and Z down the street, and this is what they told me. It's not necessary. Answer the 4 questions, and then you want to educate that patient about our effect that we have on the nervous system, the benefits of chiropractic. That's fine. You do it a little bit at a time over the course of each visit. When someone walks in on day 1 and all they're thinking about is their pain and how they can get out of it, and we say things like, hey, we're not going to tell you what's wrong with you. In fact, we want you to come back tomorrow, and we want you to bring your spouse, and then we're going to talk to you about the nervous system and all of these other things you may or may not be interested in, rather than addressing your 4 questions. What is that telling a patient? Is that the type of place you would want to go to? I know I wouldn't. So my advice is this. Tell the patient what is wrong with them on day 1, answer those questions, and immediately start treating them and gaining their trust. You're going to build that relationship over time. You're going to have plenty of time to educate them about the benefits of chiropractic and what it can do for them. And guess what? That person's going to go out and tell their friends, their neighbors, their spouse, their brother, their parents, their sisters, whoever. And that's going to end up sending more people into your practice. It's a different approach than I know we've heard before, but it's one that's been incredibly successful for us, and I hope it is for you too. So until next time, upward and onward, have a great day, bring your passion, bring your A game, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Chiro Business Mojo podcast. For links to what was discussed in today's episode, check out the show notes at chirobusinessmojo.com. And be sure to jump on over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review if you liked what you heard. We'll see you next time.